guys, Bios Ramos, and today the Miami Dolphins lost to the Cleveland Browns 24-41. It wasn't a fun game for the Dolphins to lose. Let's get into it.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
So, Miami Dolphins lost to the Cleveland Browns 24-41. I was at the game. It was pretty fun. Was repping my guy, Jarvis Landry. Balled out. Let's highlight just his stats right now. My voice. Jarvis Landry, 10 catches for 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest was 37, and targeted 13 times. Wow, my guy had himself a day. So, let's go over some of these stats. So, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick going 21 for 39, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Sacked 4 times for a loss of 22 yards. Sorry for my voice, it's so gone. Baker Mayfield, 24 for 34, 327 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 sack for a loss of 7 yards. Now, let's go to rushing. Ryan Fitzpatrick is our leading rusher with 5 carries for 45 yards and 1 touchdown. He got a touchdown for us. Patrick Laird, 3 carries, 20 yards. Kalen Ballage, 7 carries, 13 yards. Not good for him. Myles Gaskin, 4 carries, 10 yards. Just in case you guys can't hear my voice. Albert Wilson, 1 carry, 4 yards. Now for the Browns, Nick Chubb, 21 carries, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 8 carries, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Baker Mayfield, 2 carries, 5 yards. And G. Gilbert, I don't know who that is, 1 carry, -1 yard. Now when it comes to receiving, Devontae Parker had 6 receptions, 91 yards, 22 yards longest, 11 targets. Allen Hurns, 4 receptions, 42 yards, 1 touchdown, wide open back of the end zone, and then 7 targets. Albert Wilson, 6 receptions, 33 yards. He was doing pretty good. He got targeted 7 times. And he got hurt as well. Mike Gesicki, 3 receptions, 28 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 targets, so he didn't catch the ball that much. Kalen Ballage, 1 reception, 13 yards. Myles Gaskin, 1 reception, 7 yards. Jakeem Grant got targeted once. He also got injured on a kickoff return or a punt return. Durham Smythe got targeted twice, and Patrick Laird got targeted once. None of them caught the ball. Going back to Jarvis Landry, 10 receptions, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest was 37 yards, 13 targets. Odell Beckham Jr., 6 receptions, 84 yards, 1 touchdown, 35 yards was his longest, 8 targets. Nick Chubb, 3 receptions, 58 yards. Harris, he got 2 receptions for 20. Kareem Hunt, 2 receptions for 9. Carlson, 1 reception for 8. Higgins, Hodge, and Seals Jones each got a target, but no receptions for them. Fumbles for Miami. Ryan Fitzpatrick fumbled and lost it. It was like a sack. And then Baker Mayfield lost 1, recovered 2. And Kareem Hunt also lost 1, and Baker recovered it. Defensively, Jenkins was our leading tackler, 7 total tackles, 4 solo. Devon Godchow, 7 total tackles, 4 solo, and he had half a sack. Stephen Parker, 7 total tackles, 4 solo. Jerome Baker, 7 total tackles, 4 solo. And he could have had an interception, but it got called back off of unnecessary roughness or personal foul defense, something like that. It is what it is. Yeah, and then Charles Harris had half a sack with Devon Godchow. Defensively for the Browns, you have I think it's this Randall, 6 total tackles, 5 solo. Chad Thomas, 5 total tackles, 5 solo. Sheldon Richardson, 5 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for a loss. Joe Sherbert, 5 total tackles, 3 solo, carried 4 solo, 4 total, 1 sack, 1 loss. Now let's go to interceptions. Ryan Lewis got an interception and returned it for 1 yard. And Joe Sherbert got 2 interceptions and returned it for 4 yards. And kick returns, Sherrills, this is the guy I think we just added recently to the team. He had 3 kick returns for 57 yards. Jakeem Grant had 1 return for 25 yards. And then for the Cleveland Browns, you have Thomas with 1 for 17 yards and Carlson 1 with 3 yards. On punt return, Sherrills had 1 return and no yards. Hillard had 2 returns for 10 yards, and just Johnson, he had 1 return but no yards. Kicking, Jason Sanders went 1 for 1 field goal and 3 for 3 on extra points. And then the kicker for the Browns, Sherbert, went 2 for 3 on field goals and 5 for 5 on extra points. I called it when he missed the field goal. I was screaming. I'm like, nah, he's not making it. He's not making it. He missed it. It is what it is. Now, punting, Matt Hack, 4 punts, 178 yards. Longest was 53. None of them were touchbacks or in the 20. And then Gillen, the punter for the Browns, had 1 punt for 37 yards. No touchback, no 1 in the 20. So the Browns offense was doing good. The Browns moved up to 5-6. Meanwhile, the Dolphins fall to 2-9, and any postseason hopes are out of the window, given Dolphins weren't really projected to go and be in the playoffs this season. But the matter of the fact is, there's no chance of them going to the playoffs. Now, the Browns are still fighting for a playoff spot, but they're still a game behind the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they do play them this next week. Overall, Jarvis Landry tore us up. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 148 yards. I didn't start him on fantasy. But it was a fun experience. Some of the saltiest fans I've ever experienced was today with the Cleveland Browns. You guys are a salty bunch, let me tell you. But I'll give it to you guys. And one thing I want to mention was the Nick Needham pass interference on Odell Beckham. Yes, I get it. He was holding on his hand, his left hand. And then he looked back for the ball, and Odell made contact with the ball with his right hand. It wasn't called anything at the moment, and then after the fact, the referees wanted to review it. Come on, you already called it on the field as it is. You guys have been getting calls wrong all season long. Like, come on, Miami was penalized the most they've been all season. Last time I checked, those 94 yards of total penalties. Let's see. Miami Dolphins, 8 penalties for 94 yards. That was the worst this season so far. All right, we were averaging about 48 or something like that. The Browns had 7 penalties for 70 yards. Let's see. Nothing else. The possession time, Miami 23-54, and Cleveland Brown 36-06. Let's see. Yeah. So the Dolphins were trying to make this a game, but it just wouldn't happen. If we would have started off better in the first half, we would have had a chance to beating the Browns, but that was not the case. We had pretty much, we had 2 or 3 and outs in a row. Let's see. 3 and out, and then 6 and out. and then we faked the punt, and I called that too. I mean, I should just, I don't know. Then the next drive ended on interception, and then we kicked the field goal before half. It was a good way to end off the half. Marching down the field, clocking the ball with 1 second left to get Jason Sanders a chance to kick a field goal. It was a good play by Miami. Then we start out the half, punt, touchdown, punt, interception, touchdown. Dolphins did not have really a great chance of winning this game. He got out of reach too fast, and Jarvis Landry balled on us. So I'm not so upset. My main reason for coming here to Cleveland was to see the guy Jarvis Landry play, and he did, and he balled out, and can't be too mad about that when that's the whole reason I was here. So it is what it is, though. Miami Dolphins fall to 2-9. Cleveland Browns move up to 5-6. It's a lot of games ahead. This season is wearing down to almost to the end. We got 5 more games left, and they can't come any sooner. I see Miami Dolphins winning a game or two within this, but it's definitely going to be a challenge. It's not going to be nothing easy for the Dolphins, but they're a young team, and we had a lot of injuries that could have messed up our game today. Jakeem Grant going out was definitely pretty bad for the special teams unit. Not only that, just getting in on the field, but Albert Wilson got a little bit more active on the field today. He got a lot of targets, but he did not finish the game. He got injured. He was kind of down. It looked like he kind of re-aggravated the hip injury that he had that ended his season last year. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a nice thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, click the post notification option, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bios Ramos. Check out biosramos.com. Sorry for my voice. Last video was bad audio. Sorry about that. But this video is my bad voice because I was just screaming and hollering. These referees, man. I don't really like these referees. Anyways, fins up. Let's hope we can finish off this season somewhat strong. And I was hoping the Bengals would have won today, but they lost again. Looks like they're gonna get that #1 pick. We'll see what they do with it. Maybe they get Joe Burrow. Who knows? But yeah, fins up. See you guys in the next one.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.